While they might not always be the biggest spenders, Arsenal have made some huge signings over the years. For example, Victor Gyökeres's arrival earlier this summer felt like it could be a needle mover. Declan Rice, a couple of years ago, was. And then, while he didn't cost as much, Alexis Sanchez was a real coup when he joined. However, when it comes to headline-grabbing transfers, none can claim the top spot off of Mesut Ozil, as his arrival in 2013 is still one of the most memorable moments in the club's modern history. So, fans should be delighted that it now looks like Mikel Arteta is about to sign his own Ozil. So far, it would be fair to say that Arsenal are having a great summer regarding transfers, as so far, new sporting director Andrea Berta has made 6 first-team additions, mega money deals, controversial moves, and big-name flops. This is the home of transfer news and opinion across Football Fancast. Moreover, while the Gyökeres and Martin Zubimendi are the most exciting signings thus far, the Italian has made sure to fill in the gaps in the rest of the squad, with the likes of Noni Madueke, Christian Norgard, and Christian Mosquera. However, instead of calling it quits there, the club now looks set to make potentially the most exciting signing yet, one that could be seen as Arteta's Ozil moment. At least that is according to a recent report from the Standard's Dom Smith, who has reaffirmed the news that Arsenal are now in pole position to secure Eberechi. In fact, Smith has revealed that the club-to-club details are all agreed, and that the Crystal Palace star, who is an Arsenal fan, is now set to have his medical and sign his contract at some point on Friday, despite looking set to join North London rivals Tottenham Hotspur on Wednesday afternoon. Having previously been in the Gunners' Academy until he was 13, at which point he was released, this is quite the sequence of events for a player who loves Arsenal. It looks like the Englishman will cost Arsenal around £60 million, and while that is a lot, it's probably fair value for someone as talented as Ease, especially as he could be Arteta's Ozil. While fans will be hoping Ease's Arsenal career ends in a better way than Ozil's did, there are some significant similarities between them. The first one relates to their transfers, as, despite being a world-class player at the time, fans had little to no idea that the German was moving to the Emirates until it was announced outside the stadium on Sky Sports News, much to the delight of the delirious fans that had gathered around the reporter to hear the news. Now, the Crystal Palace star hasn't officially been announced yet, but there was a similar euphoric reaction from the fans to David Ornstein's surprise report that the club were after him last night. That delirium was only intensified by Fabrizio Romano's "Here we go," and the simple fact that Berta and co look to have successfully hijacked the international star from Spurs. On top of the nature of the transfer being similar to the former Real Madrid stars, there is also a similar sense that the 27-year-old has the talent to be just as much of a game-changer for the Gunners. For example, despite playing for a mid-table side last season, the Greenwich-born magician, as dubbed by Micah Richards, scored 14 goals and provided 11 assists in 43 appearances, totaling just 3,303 minutes. In other words, the £100,000 per week superstar managed to maintain an average of a goal involvement every 1.72 games, or every 132.12 minutes. That's not all, though, as the former QPR gem has also proven he can handle the biggest games and the biggest stages, as he scored in the quarterfinal, semi-final, and final of Palace's triumphant FA Cup run last season. Ultimately, while he isn't the exact same type of player, the incredible way in which Arsenal secured his signature and the impact he could have on this team mean Ease could be seen as Arteta's Ozil.